Welcome to another tutorial on Matlab. In this particular tutorial series, we are looking into the concept related to basic Matlab scripting. And in this particular tutorial, we will be looking into the tool called Symbolic Toolbox and how can you solve mathematical equations in a smarter way using Matlab. This includes varieties of equations which you can solve in the MATLAB environment. Let's get started with the same. So, coming to the topic for this particular video, we will be looking into the introduction to symbolic toolbox and understanding a analogy like use case, how you can use a symbolic toolbox in a real scenario, what is the efficiency that you get, and what are the advantages that you get. The difference between expressions and equations. So we will see like what is a expression, what is a equation, and the difference between that. Then we will jump into this expansion of any expression. So suppose you want to expand a expression that you have, then how you can do with the help of MATLAB environment, the expansion part. Post to that, we will also see like how you can find factors. So suppose you are being given with expression, then in that case how you can find factors for that expression. So those things we will see, and at the end we will conclude like what we learned as a summary. So consider a scenario like there are two groups, right? And they are giving math olympiads, like two students are there. So this is the student one, and this is the student two, who are giving this exam, right? Math olympiad exam. So in this case, they need to assign, like in this case, they need to do some task, which, if completed on time, they will get some points and rewards. So in this case, like they are being given a assignments, which is the task that they are being given, and to both the team, it is the same task, and create the mathematical equation for this. Like they will give a problem, and based on that, you need to create a mathematical expression. Okay, and then find the numerator and denominator for the same, and also the factors of that expression, and that need to be done within a very quick time. The more quick the response you will get, the rewards will be more. So in this case, we need to understand like what is the difference between a expression and a equation. Okay, so as you can see here, the mathematical expression need to be derived, right? So we need to understand what is the difference between expression and a equation. So if you come to understand for the expression, like what is basically an expression, then in that case, expression is something like this without an equal to sign and this part, right? So if your expression is not equating with something, then it is called a expression. Okay, if the expression is being equated with something which is basically having an equal to sign, right, then in that case this will be a equation. So whatever the content that you are able to see over here, these are all equations. Okay, so based on this, so basically the problem tells that we need to solve expression, and based on that we need to give the response. So this is about the scenario that we are currently present in, and there are two groups over here. One groups solve manually, like they are understanding the problem and then they are solving the expression. Okay, and another group, they analyzed and then they came with the expression, and now they want to use the MATLAB as a tool to derive the uh, final outcome, which is the two expected things that are present here, finding the numerator and the denominator, and finding the factorial. Okay, so after some time, like maybe within 3 minutes, right, they are able to give you the outcome from group one, right? So group one solves the expression with the help of MATLAB tool, but group two, they solved within maybe 12 minutes, right, which is around 4 times more than what group one has given response for. So at the end, like group one got the winning prize, and then it was being asked like to the group one, how did you solve the um, problem within so quick time? So they mentioned that we used MATLAB as a tool for solving the equation. Okay, so let's jump into the screen of the students, what they actually solved by finding the two solutions that are being given over here, right? So finding the numerator and denominator, and how they find the factors. So let's jump into their screen and see that. So this was the code that they have written. So if you use MATLAB as an environment, then you need to use Sims library. So this is basically called Symbolic library for MATLAB. And here, what basically you do, you write Sims, and you create the variable just by writing the name. So here, what we did is we created the variable name x. Okay, then what we did, we need to find the expression, right? We need to create that expression. So here, what is being written on the right hand side is the expression, right? So every expression need to be stored in a variable, so that we are using over here. So this is basically creating an expression and displaying at the end, right? So we will just execute this particular code and see like how the things behaves. Okay, so what we did create over here is the expressions, right? So this we create the symbolic toolbox sym variable, and here we found the equations, which is y, and you can see these two are in the object format. It is not like a variable in MATLAB, but it is an object in MATLAB. Okay, and with the help of that, like you can create multiple equations also. Like suppose if you want to create a equation which has more than one variable, right? So you know the gas equation, right? So something similar to that. So here, like using q, r, t, and k0. So basically, you are creating these variables, and using these variables, you are creating this expression, and then you are storing it in the variable k. So if you want to see like how this looks like, you can see like the expression which we displayed, right? So this is the expression which we got from these equations. So this is about the expressions that we got. So you already have the expressions, but there could be possibility that you may use any type of variable. But in this case, like you cannot use some of the predefined variables that are already there in the in the symbolic toolbox. So because of that, there are some variables that you cannot use as a variable in the symbolic toolbox, which are mentioned over here. So this is just to avoid the confusion, because these will have inbuilt value for the variables already in MATLAB. So coming to this part, so we did create the expression, right? And Now the main thing is that we need to find the numerator and denominator, right? So how you can do that? So you can do that by first defining any expression. So what we did, so you define the expression which you are able to see over here and store it in the variable y. Okay. So if we do the debugging by going into the editor window and let's clear the previous variables, okay, whatever we had, and let's start from the scratch. So we just press Control Enter. We got nothing now because we are in the debugging stage. Now we okay, so we need to create this as a symbol because here we didn't create it as a symbol. So we need to add here because we need x to create y, right? So I will just press Control Enter now, and we are now inside the code that we written for numerator and the denominator for a particular function. So what basically is happening over here, we are just storing this expression y inside y. Okay, so y will be created. You can see the y. If we go inside y, then we cannot see anything. Okay, but if you want to display y, okay, what is basically y, so you can type disp and you can type y. So this will display the equation that you created, right? And based on this you will find the numerator and the denominator. So now suppose I want to find the numerator and denominator for this, so I can use numden command. If you want some more detail inside the numdem command, you can type doc numdem. Okay. Then you will get a complete documentation, and you can read through this documentation what this basically function does. So it extracts numerator and denominator as mentioned. Okay. So if I just execute this, right? So I got the num then in the symbolic toolbox only. So now suppose I want to do some operations or some particular operation between these num and then, right? Suppose I want to multiply those two, right? Or suppose I want to add those two, so those also I can do after that. But this will also create the same symbolic variables. So you can check here, you can see mul also as a symbolic variable, and the next one is add operation, addtop, that is also a symbolic variable, and diff also a symbolic variable, right? So this is all about like how you can extract these variables in the form of symbolic variable, because this includes symbols, so that's why it is stored in symbolic variable. Suppose I want to display all these three variables that I created now. So what I can do, disp, suppose I want to know what is mul, so you can type mul, and you can see it is 2, right? So if you want to display like what is odd, add op, then it is 3, right? So like this you can get the values, right? So if you do like this, then you will get all the variables in symbolic format. Okay. Now the next problem was to find the factorial, right? To find the factors of this expression, that also you can do by same. So first we create this expression, right? So we create this expression d, so you will get the variable d created, and then you need to find the factor of the same. So you can use the command called factor, and that will give you the factor for this particular for this particular expression. Okay. So you need to pass the expression d inside this factor, and then you will get the factor as outcome. So here this is the factor for this particular equation, okay? And you can see like how quickly we are solving within some seconds, right? So that is how it is more powerful to find like equation solutions or derivations using the Matlab symbolic tool environment. And that is how he solved the equations in a efficient way within a quick time, and he is able to win the prize, right? So so in summary, what we basically learned, like if we want to solve the mathematical expressions, then we need to understand what is the difference between a expression and a equation, right? And once we do understand that, then we can jump into the problem that is being given to us and find the expression for that. And then we can find the denominator and then numerator, and then we can also find the factorial by using the Matlab as a tool to solve all these equations. So this is all about for this particular tutorial. In case you are liking the channel, please consider subscribing. In case you have any comment or query, please let us know in the comment section. We will be more than happy to clarify your doubts. Have a great day ahead. Thank you. Happy learning, Matlab.